I'll explain it fine. Then you know what about other things? No? Just meet us at public. That's why. So I'm going to go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay.
My sound is not sound.
Can I quickly take something from you? Superintendent, can I take something from you? No, we are okay. I can hear you here.
South Africans jubilate as the pompous and arrogant man suspected to be an illegal foreigner and kingpin of crime most South Africans hate so much in Gauteng has finally fallen. Before we proceed, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. What do you think will be the major way to tackle high crime rates, especially those committed by illegal foreigners in South Africa? The long-standing grip of a man widely described by officials and residents as pompous and arrogant has finally been broken, marking a significant moment in Gauteng's escalating battle against property hijacking. The suspect, believed to be an illegal foreigner and alleged to be a central figure in organized house hijacking, was arrested this week after authorities moved in on a hijacked mansion in Bryanston, one of Johannesburg's most affluent suburbs. The arrest followed a carefully coordinated operation carried out on Thursday when City of Johannesburg officials descended on a sprawling residence on Grosvenor Road. Once a proud symbol of luxury and exclusivity, the property had reportedly been converted into an unlawful settlement, stripped of its original character and overtaken by criminal exploitation. What stood behind high walls and manicured expectations was, according to officials, a deeply entrenched illegal operation thriving in plain sight. Investigations revealed that more than 70 families were living inside the mansion without any legal right to occupy it. Many of them were allegedly paying rent to a building hijacker who had assumed control of the property, profiting from desperation and the absence of enforcement. The case has once again exposed how criminal syndicates manipulate housing shortages and weak oversight to turn prime real estate into revenue streams for illegal enterprises. During the raid, law enforcement officers apprehended a suspect believed to be at the center of the hijacking scheme. The arrest was not merely symbolic. A firearm and live ammunition were recovered at the scene, intensifying the seriousness of the case and reinforcing concerns that property hijacking in Johannesburg is increasingly intertwined with violent crime and organized networks. The presence of a weapon underscored the risks faced by officials and residents alike when reclaiming hijacked properties. Authorities also uncovered extensive illegal electricity and water connections feeding the mansion. These connections, which had been bypassing municipal systems, were promptly disconnected as part of the enforcement action. Officials described this step as essential in restoring lawful control over the property and protecting critical infrastructure from abuse. Beyond financial losses to the city, illegal connections pose safety risks, including fires, electrocution, and water contamination, turning hijacked buildings into potential disaster zones. The Bryanston operation is part of a broader crackdown aimed at reclaiming unlawfully occupied properties across Johannesburg. In recent years, house hijacking has spread beyond abandoned buildings in the inner city to include suburban homes and high-value residences. Criminal groups often identify vacant or disputed properties, seize them illegally, and then subdivide them for rent, collecting cash while ignoring safety standards, zoning laws, and basic human dignity. City officials have acknowledged that the problem has become increasingly sophisticated, with hijackers using intimidation, forged documents, and even armed guards to maintain control. In some cases, legitimate owners return to find their homes unrecognizable and inaccessible, facing lengthy legal battles to reclaim what is rightfully theirs. For surrounding communities, hijacked properties often bring overcrowding, strain on services, and rising concerns about crime. Johannesburg MMC for Public Safety, Dr. Mitsini Chwaku, said the arrest signals a firm stance by the city against such lawlessness. This arrest represents a decisive enforcement outcome and reinforces the city's zero-tolerance stance on property hijacking. lawlessness will be confronted, and criminal networks will be systematically dismantled, he said. His remarks reflect growing pressure on municipal authorities to demonstrate tangible results rather than promises. Public frustration has mounted as residents watch high-profile suburbs and inner-city areas alike fall prey to criminal occupation. The Bryanston arrest is therefore being viewed not just as an isolated success, but as a test of whether sustained enforcement will follow. While officials celebrate the breakthrough, questions remain about the future of the families found living in the hijacked mansion. Many occupants of such properties are themselves vulnerable, drawn in by the promise of affordable accommodation without fully understanding the legality or danger of their situation. Authorities have indicated that social services will be engaged where necessary, but have maintained that criminal profiteering will not be tolerated under the guise of housing solutions. The fall of the alleged kingpin of house hijacking in Gauteng sends a powerful message to other syndicates operating in the shadows. It demonstrates that even properties hidden behind wealth and prestige are not beyond scrutiny, and that law enforcement is willing to confront entrenched networks head-on. For a city struggling to balance rapid urbanization, inequality, and public safety, reclaiming hijacked properties is about more than bricks and mortar. It is about restoring the rule of law, protecting communities, and reaffirming that no individual or group is above accountability. As investigations continue and the legal process unfolds, the Bryanston case is likely to remain a focal point in Johannesburg's fight against property crime. Whether it becomes a turning point or another fleeting victory will depend on the consistency of enforcement and the political will to see these cases through. For now, the arrest stands as a rare moment of reckoning in a crisis that has too often gone unchecked.